Welcome. Today we're joined by Sona Baghdasaryan. Sona is the fundraising and donor relations manager at the 1000 Plus Foundation, as well as the CEO of the Armenian Institute of Directors. Sona, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you. It's important that we have a possibility to talk and raise awareness about what the foundation does. Thank you for the opportunity.
So I've always found it interesting that certain Armenian charitable organizations have a lot of awareness, especially abroad. But the 1000 Plus Foundation, I don't feel gets the recognition abroad, which it does in Armenia, because everyone knows about it in Armenia. So can you explain to our watchers what the 1000 Plus Foundation is, what their mission is, and what challenges they're trying to fix?
Absolutely. The Insurance Foundation for Servicemen, as is the official name, the 1000 Plus popular name, is a foundation that was established in 2017 after the four-day war in 2016. It started its operation and compensations in January 2017. It's not a classical charitable organization. It's a scheme that was designed on life insurance approaches. So it's basically an organization that provides compensations for our beneficiaries on a very long-term basis for 20 years. And it's important to understand that it's not a charity, it's not a pension that the state or some organization gives to beneficiaries. It's a conduit which allows us as a nation to pay our duty to those who gave the most important, their life or health, and provide sustainability and a dignified future in their homeland. So they stay and they can raise their children and they can have a future.
And if I understood correctly, in Armenia, it's usually the case that a section of people's salary or income is directed to the 1000 Plus Foundation. Is that true?
It is true. We have three main sources of income. The biggest source of income is you and me and everyone else who works in Armenia. So there are mandatory employee contributions. They range from $3 to $30. It's a scale. It used to be a flat rate 1,000 drams. That's where 1000 Plus comes from. But after the war, there was dire necessity to increase our funding. So the scale was changed to $3 to $30, depending on the salary. Our second largest, and this is the biggest chunk of our income. So I would definitely and confidently say that the foundation today is mainly supported by local Armenians who contribute on a monthly basis. The second largest portion of our funds come from voluntary donations, and we've had over $17 million voluntary donations from inception, which is from 2017 as of today. But the biggest volume, the largest volume we've had was after war. So around 60 million were raised during and after the war. And a small piece of our funding comes also from asset management. So we're like an endowment fund. So we should always be well capitalized, and the capital we have makes us even more money. So it is managed professionally by asset managers, and it also provides us some income. So those are the three main channels of funding for the foundation.
And obviously, as you explained, the foundation existed prior to the 2020 Nagorno-Karabakh war, but now Armenia has 5,000 fallen, over 10,000 injured. So I'm interested, how did the war change the foundation's operations, and what is the situation like now?
The war changed everything. From a voluntary run operation of a 2-3 people staff and people from the central bank who voluntarily did the work of the foundation, and 416 cases for the last 10 years or more, we went back and started compensating beneficiaries from 2008. From 2000 to 2017, we had 416 cases. As of today, we have compensated over 2,450 cases. We have 1,406 cases in our Bridge program, which is an interim program where soldiers missing or severely injured who haven't acquired a military disability yet will be included in our Bridge program, and they will get compensation for 6 months until they can become a main beneficiary and get included in the main program. So that is over $75 million in compensation. It is a huge change. We have transformed from a small startup into a large foundation that now has a very good new professional team and also an excellent board, people who are independent, well known, mainly from the diaspora, well connected worldwide. So nothing has remained of the old foundation except the model itself. Nothing in the model has changed. The model is the same, the compensation sizes are the same, and the approach is the same. Every soldier who goes on the field is confident that if he is injured, he will be taken care of, or if he's deceased as a result of combat, his family will be taken care of. That is the only thing that has not changed.
And on the foundation's website, it states, as you've also stipulated, that $17 million were raised through donations, while $78 million were raised through the stamp duty. So can you explain a bit about the difference, and also with regards to donations, has there been a really noted increase in donations? Are we seeing that a positive trend is occurring?
Yes, and unfortunately that is due to war. So naturally the war creates a certain emotional situation where people realize that now is the time, and our largest volume of donation was during and right after the war. So we've raised around $60 million as of starting September 27th to maybe January. That's a large amount for a foundation that received only about $1 million in donations before the war. The important thing is that the obligation and the liabilities that the foundation takes on are very long term. They're for 20 years. And we are working on raising awareness and giving the messages to our donors that it is important that they stay with the foundation on a long-term basis, because long-term commitments are the most important one for us. Even if they're smaller in size, a monthly subscription goes a very long way in supporting a soldier and his family. So this is, we never had a fundraising need or strategy. So this is something very new. I joined the foundation in February. We're working very actively on developing ties and reestablishing trust with our communities, not only in Armenia but abroad, because the Armenians in Armenia are still our largest contributors, and on mandatory and on voluntary basis. Most of our voluntary donations are from Armenia, which would surprise a lot of people, but that is true. And we're working on getting our message through, that this is something that is very important to every Armenian, no matter where you are and where you live. And for diasporan Armenians, it's a very important channel or possibility to join in and help the soldiers that keep our homeland safe.
And the foundation is starting to utilize crowdfunding as a way to raise funds. Can you speak a bit on this? Can you tell us what exactly is going on with regards to crowdfunding?
We're trying to raise funds locally and internationally. When it comes to crowdfunding, we are trying to attract as many donors as possible, as I said, on a monthly basis, which is the most sustainable way to contribute to a foundation that has 20 plus years of obligations. And we are also trying to do fundraising events locally and also internationally. Because of COVID, travel is very restricted and you cannot gather a large amount of people in a certain area. But for example, we had a charity wine sale, expo sale back in April, which was a very interesting event, because Armenian wineries approached us and said, we want to do something, we want to donate several hundred bottles of wine, and the wine was sold on charity basis, and all the proceeds were then directed to the foundation. We also had an auction. We sold about maybe 6 to 8 bottles of wine for about 2.5 million drams. We raised on an auction because people are ready and willing to come participate and buy wine for 1 million drams for 2 bottles, because they know very well that this is a charity fundraising, and the proceeds will go to the foundation. Another project that is going to be will have a very large scale is something that we're doing with Megeran Carpets. Megeran Carpet has designed a fantastic, beautiful sun carpet of the Artsakh region of Jirabert. It's beautiful, and the carpet is comprised of around 240,000 knots. It's a 1.5 on a 1.5 square carpet. And there's a special online platform that allows you to donate and buy a knot. So you can donate from any part of the world, buy your own knot. Even if you're in Yerevan, you can go to Marriott, where the carpet will be standing for about 3 months, will be woven there physically. You can go and tie your own knot, make a donation to the foundation, and also contribute in this beautiful project. So hopefully we will launch beginning of June, end of May, beginning of June. And it will take about 2.5 months to weave the carpet. So you can participate and aid in weaving a beautiful Artsakh carpet, and also all the proceeds will naturally go to the foundation as a comprehensive event, you know.
And the Soldiers Insurance Fund has also been commended for its transparency. So I was wondering why you think that is. What does the foundation do in terms of transparency that has gotten a positive response by many?
It's good to know it is positive. It's a good feedback. Our three main values are transparency, accountability, and justice for all. So transparency is something vital for us. Since day one, when we had 3 drams in donations or 3 drams in compensations or 0 cases, we have announced that every dram or dollar donated or transferred as an employee contribution will be published on our website, and that has not changed still. You can go back all the way to 2017 and see all the contributions that have been made to the foundation, and also all the cases that we have compensated. You can go through the lists of 2,450 people, name, surname, and date of birth, and you can see that these people are beneficiaries of the foundation. It is essential for us that people who interact with the foundation are sure where the contributions or where the funds are generated from. They are recognized, and they are also sure that beneficiaries are properly compensated, and we do not spend the accumulated funds on anything else but compensations.
And finally, how can people get involved? How can people contribute to the foundation?
We have several ways one can contribute. The easiest way is online payments. You can go on the website, and with 2-3 clicks you can even activate your monthly subscriptions. You can do a one-time subscription as donation as well. Also, we have bank accounts in 4 different currencies: dram, dollar, euros, and Russian rubles. So you can do bank transfers through any of those bank accounts. You can also use IDRAM in case you are part of the system. Very often you can also organize events independently from the foundation that will benefit the foundation and transfer the funds, and we always welcome and encourage grassroots movements to do fundraisers, especially considering that our staff is very limited and we cannot do events worldwide. We cannot even reach. So we've had several different format events throughout the world, from silent auctions to bake sales, that people organize themselves and transfer the funds to the foundation. So it's very easy to donate. We have a website in 4 languages, so it will be quite easy.
Well, Sonat, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you. And I would like to thank your team, because CivilNet has been very supportive in creating videos on regarding our beneficiaries, and you're doing a fantastic job. And this is very important to get the story of our beneficiaries. These are real people, real families who have a better chance at a dignified future. Thanks to our donors and also to your team's efforts. Thank you very much.
Well, we appreciate as well the work you all do. The website is 1000 in digits plus in letters.am, which you can visit yourself. Thank you for joining us on CivilNet.